A giant squid monster is destroying Ultra City, but one man stands by, an ordinary citizen, until he puts on his alien mask from the stars, grows in size, and becomes Bigmask, defender of Ultra City.
Hey-ya!
My noble prize. I will show you for not handing me my noble prize.
The Nobel Prize. It speaks of the Nobel Prize. Could it be? So perhaps you're not some ordinary monster then. You were once a man.
I was once the world's greatest scientist, but I was denied my rightful Nobel Prize for my scientific experiment of turning people into squids. And now, I will exact my revenge.
So you just want a prize, is that it? If you get a prize, you'd stop destroying the city?
Well, it's too late for that. You can't just give me the Nobel Prize now.
But that's what you wanted, wasn't it?
No, you don't get it. I did the world's greatest science. I did the impossible. I managed to turn people into squids. I did everything right. But instead, I was denied my rightful prize. The world betrayed me. And now, I will betray the world.
You did science just to get a prize? Is that why you got into science? Not for the sake of turning people into squids, but just for the award?
Look, I'm past that now. I don't care about prizes anymore. The world is unjust, and the world will be punished. All eyes will be upon me.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing though, isn't it? I mean, first you wanted to get praise, and now you just want attention instead.
Look, it's not that deep. I just want to destroy things.
I mean, but really, if you think about it, you relied on the fact that you wanted praise from other people, but you didn't get it. So you became destructive, and that became your only method of getting attention drawn to you.
I'm going to kill people. Shut up.
Okay, sure, but I have to ask. What comes after that?
After what?
After you kill everyone.
I'm not going to kill everyone. Just enough people so the rest know their place.
Know their place as what?
Know their place that I'm the greatest.
Yeah, so you do agree with me. It's just another method of trying to stand out, right? Your work didn't succeed in making you the good guy, so now you're just acting out as the bad guy. But really, you're just trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, well, so what then? I guess it doesn't matter. If anything, then it's clearly better to be evil.
I mean, it's an easy way of doing it. Getting a lot of attention by breaking the rules, being noisy, or ridiculing people, or whatever. It's actually fine to a certain extent, you know? Plenty of people do that, and people still love them, because no real harm is done. I mean, it doesn't have to be hurtful.
That's not me. I hurt people.
Okay.
I did my best. I got the best grades. I did the greatest scientific work in the world. And as soon as I stopped working, as soon as I gave in, people stopped praising me. They lashed out at me, all for not continuing to do work. They never asked why I stopped. They never asked why I couldn't. And when I needed them the most, they abandoned me. I stopped being worthy, all for not working. I stopped being worthy of my own existence. Look, I'm not trying to get deep here. I just wanted to destroy stuff. All I'm saying is that if the option is between being ignored by society or being a monster, then I'm going to go with being a monster. It's very clearly the better choice.
Huh. Man, this is getting pretty complicated.
Enough of this. Prepare to suffer a humiliating defeat, Bigmask.
Would that make you feel better?
Shut up.
Well, if I win, you'd seek revenge, right?
No, shut up. I've had it.
And if I lose, you'll go away for now.
I'll kill people. Shut up.
But if you win, you'll have proven your point. So you probably would just leave for now and come back some other time.
No, I'm going to murder everyone. Shut up.
It's just something to think about.
You think you're so smart, trying to outsmart me, Bigmask, but I am unlike any creature you have fought before. There's only one way to win this battle. I have changed my mind. I'm not here to prove my merit anymore. I am here to prove my incompetence.
What?
That's right. If it is impossible to prove my special standing in society, then I will give up.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to destroy anything. I'm just going to lay around the city and do nothing. I'm only going to play video games and eat junk food. I'm gonna stop showering and stink this place up. And people are going to tell me, hey, why don't you do this instead? You could go study at a university or go work in this field. And I'm just gonna say things like, no, I'm too incompetent for that. I'm too stupid to do anything. And I will speak to everyone around me about the despair of life until they too start to despair life.
You're going to bring down the spirit of Ultra City? How could you do this?
Because I despise this world, Bigmask. But more than anything, I despise myself. So yeah, I'm not going to fight anymore. I have completely given up. I'm dumb, I'm an idiot, I fail at everything I do. Please don't expect anything from me anymore.
But why?
Even you have done nothing this entire time but try to emotionally hurt me in some way. Trying to analyze me like that, get under my skin, it's not helpful, it's just really rude. And I just don't want to get hurt anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come off as rude. I'm sorry if it came off that way. I was just, like, genuinely, I just wanted to help.
You just made it really, I don't know, off-putting. You never asked me about how I feel. You just laid out a bunch of statements as if that's how I feel. I'm not some ordinary monster, okay? I'm an exceptionally dumb monster. Some dumb, idiot, stupid monster. Not good enough to be a scientist. Not good enough to get help. Just a complete idiot who ruins everything. So just stop trying to help me, okay? It's not going to work.
I'm really starting to feel that there isn't really anything I can do here. I mean, I can't help you if you feel that way. And if you've given up on yourself, then it doesn't really matter what help you can find or get from other people. You're just going to try and find some way to prove them wrong.
Yeah, it's hopeless.
It really is hopeless if that's your resolve. If all you can see are your own flaws, your own shortcomings, when you are really deep down, it takes acceptance. Because it's impossible not to get hurt by other people. It will always happen, and it will keep happening, in every relationship you find yourself in for the rest of your life. The truth is, the fear of getting hurt by others lies deep within all of us. That is when you have to accept yourself and all your flaws and shortcomings, and to do so despite the fact that you will get hurt. Otherwise, your only resolve will be to stay away from everyone and live the rest of your life alone. And that is a much more destructive path than destroying any city. It's a path that can't be resolved with escapist means to push those feelings away. Only with learning to accept your fears, learning to live with them.
I think I'm gonna go away now. It just feels like a lot.
Sure.
I just have a lot to think about.
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
All right. See you. Maybe we could talk again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be up for that.
Okay, bye, Bigmask.
All right. Bye, giant squid monster.
What?
Huh?
It's not my name.
Oh, right. Sorry. What's your name?
It's Robert.
Okay. Bye, Robert.
All right, bye.
Oh God, I'm such an idiot.
A giant hairy monster is attacking Ultra City, but one man stands by. One man eating his lunch, who promptly has to put away his already fully paid for meal to put on his alien mask, grow in size, and become Bigmask, defender of Ultra City.
Hi-ya!
I am going to stab you to death.
Oh. Who are you? Explain yourself. And what are you trying to do to Ultra City?
I am going to stab you to death.
Perhaps you could explain your reasoning a little bit further? I'm sure you have a very interesting backstory that led you to this.
No, I'm going to murder you. This is my knife, and I'm going to stab you to death and murder you.
Well then, I'm sorry to have to do this. But if my life or any life is in danger, I will have to do something to stop it. I will do what I must to stop any monster from... I'm sorry, what is your name?
Monster. I like the sound of that. I will be the most hideous being this world has ever seen. I am the Great Monster.
I see. I think I get it. So you represent the chaos of the world itself. The fact that the world has treated you wrongly, thrown you around like... Ow!
Come at me, Bigmask, or become dead meat.
Sure, well, if you'd like to fight, I guess we can fight. It's just, before that, maybe I could briefly introduce myself? You don't have to say a word, all you have to do is listen. Alright, so hi, I'm Bigmask, and the issue as I see it... Ow!
Are you seriously trying to throw some kind of, dumb therapeutic jargon at me? People telling me to calm down, fit in, and follow these dumb rules. Show me your real powers, Bigmask, or get ready to die.
Well, actually, I think you're not wrong here, Great Monster. Nothing gets done simply by following the rules. We have to assert ourselves. There is no one thing that can give us confidence in ourselves. We have to assert it ourselves, and when you put it that way, I think you're absolutely correct. Oh, hey!
Are you trying to make fun of me? Are you just going to let me kill you?
No, I think what you're saying is actually very profound. It sounds like you have a really good understanding of your situation. In fact, I'm willing to bet that if I listened to you, I'd find there's a lot to learn from you.
Are you willing to bet your life on that?
Of course. You know, you're talking about being a great chaotic being, about being restricted by rules, and I personally find that very admirable. It's actually quite amazing. Everyone else is bound by rules. I know I certainly am. Trying to be a hero, make sure people don't get hurt. Meanwhile, you're here doing something completely different. You're absolutely free to do whatever you want.
Sure.
And to not only be a monster, but the Great Monster. That's a big title right there. I'm sure you've probably caused a ton of damage already, and I really think you've made a name for yourself. You're a very important guy who seems to have very quickly changed the world, in a flash.
Yeah, of course, I'm the best. What other villain here would ever just immediately stab Bigmask to death? I'm doing the best villain work here in the city.
Great Monster, you're actually doing very good work. Making your own rules, being free. I think a lot of people would find that very admirable.
Yeah, this is all I ever really wanted. And I'm doing it. And it feels pretty great.
I think you are right, and now that I've listened to you, I can't help but think. Why would you want to change? Follow the rules, do what others tell you. It doesn't really seem like something that you want out of life. What you're saying actually makes complete sense. You're saying the rules are wrong, that they don't work, and so you're doing it your own way. Seems like you're doing really great.
What is this? Is this some kind of manipulation technique? Are you trying to take me out while I'm distracted?
No, I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm genuinely trying to put myself in your position, and I think what you're saying makes complete sense. It's in complete opposition to what most people would believe or presume of the world, and that makes you probably the most liberated out of anyone else here. And you seem to be doing really great. It seems to come easy to you like a talent. You're doing whatever you want, and you can't fail at what you're doing. You're a big, important figure in this world, and you're having fun doing it. You're powerful and an admiral kind of anti-hero. I mean, it's really quite amazing.
Yeah, and I'm doing really good. I'm really good at this. I'm really doing good in life. It's true, I don't really have to care anymore. Cut in line, eat whatever I want, brutally murder superheroes. It's all pretty great.
With all that said, it's really difficult to think of any disadvantages. What do you think?
Disadvantages? Well, I'll probably die pretty soon. Maybe in a couple of minutes. After we fight. And even if I win, I'll probably just die from another superhero, or die trying to destroy the world.
Is that something that would be a success to you?
Well, it's what monsters do. I was born a monster. This is all there is to it. I'm a monster, and this is the only way out.
You know, I think you have brought up a lot of good points. I think you were completely right in questioning my approach. I was trying to be too therapeutic with you, not really trying to understand you as a person. So it makes complete sense for you to lash out at me as you did and try to understand where you're coming from. I think you really are a fascinating guy with quite a lot to say. And I have one question for you. Would you be willing to listen to my story? Well, this might come as a complete surprise to you, but I think we both come from the same place. Somewhere out there in the far, deep reaches of space, there was a planet of alien creatures who used masks to harness great power and spread justice across the galaxy. But an evil entity corrupted these masks, making anyone from the planet unable to use them. In a desperate act, a mask was sent to the planet Earth to be found by someone who could put it on, fly to their planet, and go help them right away. And I was out hiking, and I found it. It landed right in front of me. It gave off some kind of message, a plead for help, and it talked about how little time there was and how to get there, and I just didn't do anything. I wasn't really sure what was going on. It just didn't feel real. I spent the next few hours just walking around, looking for cameras that might be placed in the forest. I thought it was like a prank show or something. And the message, it just kept repeating itself over and over and until it finally just stopped. So I put the mask away for a long time, until one day I had to move apartments and thought I might as well just try it on. And I was suddenly flown to another planet, and there was nothing there. Nothing but ruins from some alien civilization. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Then I had to fly back to Earth, and it was a lot of just time, just flying. Just a lot of time alone, thinking about how everything could have been different. I guess it's not quite the same, but I think if anyone would be able to understand, it would have to be you, right? I think I might be a monster in my own way, too. I guess I feel like I have no choice. I have to do what's right because maybe that's my only way out.
You left an entire planet to die. You really did that? How could you walk away from all that? You could have been a great monster too. You could have turned all that pain into chaos.
Well, it did for a while. Everything felt really hopeless. I thought I would never come out of it, and I thought I could never do anything good again. But I think what really helped was that I really do believe that life isn't hopeless. And that's not to say that it's even bad to think things are hopeless. It sounds like you've accepted things are hopeless, and it's helped you quite a lot. It allowed you to live without consequences, not accept responsibility, and live life as freely as you wanted. And as much freedom as that brings, there's a lot of freedom in having hope too. Hope is about trying your best to make things better. It doesn't mean things will always work out in the end, but whenever something bad happens, you're willing to give it a good chance. And I think that's liberating too, because bad things will always happen in life, but if you're willing to try to overcome those moments, you're willing to try your best when everything goes wrong, then you can really overcome anything.
Do you really believe all that? And everything you said about me too, even after punching you?
Of course. You saw me as a threat, and you had reason to. It made complete sense to you. Despite everything, I would still try to kill you.
Why are you doing this? Because of all that guilt? I don't think I get it. Why are you trying to help me?
Well, I like to help, but it's not my job to help you. I can't help everyone. I can't fix you, manipulate you, or find some magical cure that solves everything, but I like to connect with people and monsters. I'm here because I respect you.
I guess I do have some freedom, after all, but that doesn't mean I want to change. There's a lot about me that I don't want to change.
I would never ask that from you.
Thank you. You know, I'm kind of tired. It's been a busy day, and I just have a lot of other things going on.
Oh, yeah,
too.
no, of course.
And a lot of freedom. Got a lot of that going on. A lot of freedom to do whatever I want, so...
Sounds great.
All right, Bigmask. going to do whatever I want, anything I want.
Awesome.
Just anything at all. Life is full of opportunity.
That's so nice to
and
hear.
with hope that I can turn anything around.
Bye, great monster.
I'm just kidding. You're fine, Bigmask. You're cool.
I wish I had insurance.
A psychotic rapscallion is setting fire to Ultra City, but one man stands by. One man who hasn't even begun to pay off his medical bills, who puts on his mask and becomes Bigmask, defender of Ultra City.
Hi-ya!
I am the incinerator, and I am here to set this world on fire. You see, it's actually quite deeply rooted in that as a child, my mother would throw away all of my toys and...
What did you just do?
Just helping out. Well, alright, see ya.
Hey, no, what? Why? Why would you do that?
Do what?
You just killed that guy.
You're welcome.
I could have helped him. I could have turned him around.
Yeah, now you don't have to. You're welcome. Well, I'll be leaving now.
Why? Why did you kill him?
He was a bad guy. It's not a big deal. Get over yourself for a second. I just saved you a lot of time, so I'm sorry for helping you out, I guess. Anyway, I'm heading off. See ya.
No, stop. Look. Don't you care about helping people? You could really be making a real difference here. You could be showing villains that there are other solutions. I think if we just spoke to each other, we could learn a lot from one another. And I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on being a superhero. And if I'm wrong, so be it. I'm wrong. I want to speak to you. Not to tell you that you are wrong, but because you very clearly think differently than I do. So if anything, I want you to change my mind. So, what's your name?
It's Face Melter.
Your name is Face Melter?
Well, I used to melt people's faces, but I got bored. It took too long. So I just throw them into space now. Yeah, sure, let's have a talk. There are villains roaming this world, and I have to do real superhero work. And while those villains are trying to destroy the world, sure, let's have a talk. Let's become the world's therapist. Let's go study psychology for 5 years. I can give therapy that people didn't ask for. Oh, hold up. Reality check. Some people are literal monsters. Can't be fixed. Trying to save people is risky. And I'm risking a lot here. I'm risking my life every day. And we can't all be therapists like you, Bigmask.
I'm not a therapist, actually.
What? Isn't that like your whole shtick? The therapist superhero?
No, I've just gone to a lot of therapy, that's all.
Oh. That's depressing.
It's not depressing. I just talk to anyone. People in trouble, villains, monsters. Anyone can do that, and everyone needs it.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a problem. What if you talk to someone and they try to kill you?
I've actually dealt with a similar situation before, and actually
No, I mean an actual psychopath. Not someone willing to sit and have a talk. Someone who is out to murder. So you let them stab you, and then what? You let that person go? We'll have fun telling a family that little Johnny won't be making it home for his oatmeal because he was too busy getting set on fire today because a superhero was too busy getting stabbed.
No, I'll fight if I have to.
Really, when was the last time you were in a fight?
Well...
You're not cut out for this. Let me cut to the chase, alright? You can't fight. You have never won a fight. You can't verbally apprehend every monster. Maybe you think monsters are some kind of symbolic figure for some kind of struggle someone is going through. But guess what? They are monsters. And they are called monsters for a reason. And someone has to tell you this because it's either you wearing yourself out and quitting or dying. Alright, there. Someone had to tell you.
Well, it's not really about that. People can help in different ways. Everyone doesn't have to fight a monster, and there always will be monsters that are open to getting help.
Exactly. Go get a therapy degree. Go and actually help people. You don't have to fight. You don't have to risk your life trying to help villains and monsters.
But if I don't, Then who will?
A bit selfish, don't you think?
What? How is that selfish? I'm trying to help them.
Well, do you want to help them?
Yes.
Even at the risk of your own safety?
Yes.
Really, why do you need to risk your own safety to do that?
Because I've let people die before. I left an entire planet to die. When I found the mask, there was an entire alien civilization in need of my help. And I just didn't do anything. I had no clue what was going on, and I failed.
And that's your fault? Getting all this responsibility on you?
Well, maybe it's not all my fault, but I'm also the only one who could have stopped it.
You had no chance to fix it to begin with. Want to know how I became a hero? I was out hiking, I found a mask, put it on, and I was flown to an alien planet, saw some aliens, blew everything up, flew home. There. Done. Over.
Huh. That sounds kind of familiar.
You picked up that mask and you're still doing nothing. You still refuse to take action, leaving me and other heroes to pick up your work for you. And it is selfish. You're not helping anything but your own ego. Trying to live up to some romantic idea of a broken hero, while I'm out here stopping monsters and risking my life. And you, it's awful. You're risking your life for nothing. You're the worst. You're the worst superhero ever.
Do you have any idea how hurtful it is to say those things? I mean, I feel like I've done a pretty good job explaining myself. I've opened myself up to you, and you're just using that against me. You're just telling me that I'm a bad hero? For helping in the best way that I can?
You're not fit to be a superhero, and frankly, you should hand your mask over. I could do a better job with it. You don't have to play around anymore. You can let go of the past. You don't have to keep trying to make up for something that's not even your fault. Stop pretending to be a hero and give me your mask. I'll keep it safe and you can have it back when you feel ready again. And you don't want to find out you're not suited for this the hard way, alright? Because by then, it's too late. Instead, you can go do something with your life.
Well, maybe you're right. I wanted to make a difference, and I thought no one else does this, so maybe I could do it. Maybe I could help people my way. But there's a reason why people don't do it. It was a bad idea.
So give me your mask.
No, I'm not giving you my mask.
Come on. Instead of having you slack around, I could be doing your work for you. I could be melting faces at twice the speed.
What? Was that your plan the entire time? Are you just saying whatever you can to make me hand over my mask to you? Have you even been listening to me this entire time?
Of course I have. We both agree that you quit and you go get a degree, right? Doesn't that sound good? And while you're doing that, I'll take your mask and give it back to you later.
You know what? I'm glad we had this discussion. Because you are right. I have not been kind to myself. I'm leaving. I encourage you to rethink your actions. Please don't throw anyone into space. Don't murder villains, or we will have to fight.
I'm sorry, Bigmask, but I can't allow you to leave.
Don't touch me.
Oh, Bigmask wants to fight. Well, this is going to be interesting.
I didn't want to do this, but you've left me with no other choice. Your dismissal for others shows some really significant problems, and your behavior is that of someone who experienced severe bullying. Most likely you learned as a child that no matter how much you tried to reason or explain yourself, they knew that they could force you to do whatever they wanted by dismissing every word you said. And then you started using the same tactic as a way to control others.
What? Where is all this coming from all of a sudden? Come on, Bigmask, show me that you can fight.
This is how I fight. And frankly, I think you melt faces because you can't stand looking at them. You want to wear 2 masks? Why? So you'll never have to see yourself in the mirror again? Throw away yourself just like you throw away everyone else. Is that who you are? Someone who was once discarded? Someone who was walked all over? Had their identity stripped away?
What? No, that's... Stop it.
And I can't help you with that. But if you take the first steps to...
I don't want your stupid mask anymore, Bigmask. I just want you to die.
Were you hoping that I'd melt your face? That I'd throw you up into space? Were you hoping for a fight? Something to just make it all go away? Then let's talk. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Bigmask. You alright? Haven't really seen you around for a while.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I just need some time for myself. Need to be a bit more kind to myself.
Sure, no problem. Are you taking a break?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think I've needed a break for a long time.
Huh. You know, I guess the city is going to need someone while you're away. Do you think I could do it?
Huh. Robert, would you be willing to do something for me? Would you be willing to hold on to my mask for a while? You can use it too if you'd like.
That's a lot of power. But I don't think I'll need it. If I'm going to help the city out like you do, then I should do it my own way. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.